So, continuing on with the Xenoverse 3 content, I want to start getting into some story things. So, guys, this is the thing it concerns me the most, because if the story is a miss, then it's going to require the rest of the game to carry it. Now, Xenoverse 1 story was very unique. It was something different, you know. Not nothing the Dragon Ball community hasn't seen before. We've seen it with Dragon Ball Online. However, having a mainstream console and PC game, we hadn't seen a story like that. Even though we knew the background to the story and stuff like that. It is very interesting. It was interesting. Now, when Xenoverse 2 came out, we got a story that it's hard to say that it picked up where the other one left off. They implemented movie villains into the storyline. Basically, that's what they did. It started with Slug and Turles and them, you know, and the other story, Xenoverse 1, was very, you know, what you would expect going into the original Dragon Ball timeline. 2, like I said, took it into the movie characters. And towards the end and stuff like that, we started looking at Fu, getting more involved and stuff like that, which is from Dragon Ball Online. Now, my concern is, where's the story going to go in 3? What is going to be the story? What's going to be the background? What's going to carry the game in a sense? I know people are going to jump and say Dragon Ball Super, and could be. I mean, especially if this game's coming out in 2024, as you know, stated or heavily speculated with some proof that hadn't been revealed yet. But how would you feel doing that? Because in Xenoverse 2, we, you know, as far as like with the DLCs, we've gotten bits and pieces of the Super timeline in a sense, but nothing has gone through the entire Dragon Ball Super timeline. And that's another, you know, thing to think about, in that we haven't had a game yet. We have not had a Dragon Ball game yet that covered the entire Dragon Ball Super timeline. So would Xenoverse 3 be the first to do that? But the thing about it is, if Xenoverse 3 does it, it's not going to be that original Dragon Ball Super timeline. It's going to be the timeline with, of course, all the time stuff. There's a lot of times in there. You get what I'm saying? What's going to be the story? Me personally, I feel that Dragon Ball Xenoverse will eventually become this. Now, we know Super Dragon Ball Heroes is a card game on the Nintendo Switch, but it's a card arcade game in Japan. But the story, we watched Dragon Ball Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission and stuff like that. You play that game, you watch that. They got the promotional anime that a lot of people watch and enjoy, because it does things from a multiple timeline perspective. You got Zeno, Goku, Nim. You got Trunks and Gohan going Super Saiyan 4. Broly going Super Saiyan 4. You got so many different things. Super Saiyan Blue, Ultra Instinct. It's really fan service. Well, not really. It's all fan service, okay? But that seems like, as far as like the Xenoverse world goes, that the audience of people who really love Xenoverse really like those kinds of things. They like the different timeline stuff. People want to see that. And one thing that I will say is that we haven't experienced that on consoles, on the Xbox and the PlayStation and stuff like that. You could play World Mission on Steam. You could play it on the Switch. But having it in an actual 3D arena fighter, we haven't had that. Because even in the Switch version of the game, you don't actually do combos. The cards do the attacks for you in a sense. So, is that something you guys would like to see? Pause the video, go in the comment section, let me know right now. Do you want to see a continuation? Or would you rather see the story go all the way through Dragon Ball Super? Or would you like to see it take the direction of Super Dragon Ball Heroes? those two are very interesting. And if I had to take my pick personally, it's tough because the thing with the Super is this. I don't truly want my first experience with playing through the Dragon Ball Super timeline in a way that Xenoverse does it. Does that make sense? So picture getting to the Moro arc, but instead of just playing through the saga regularly as we would, you got the time patrol stuff going on with Deborah and Fu and stuff like that. So you don't get to actually play through it in its genuine form. Now, they could easily write this in to where you do play through it regular. Say we play through the Dragon Ball Super timeline regular, unlock characters and stuff like that, and then there's a disturbance in the timeline and we have to go back through and fix that. That's very well possible. Another thing that has to be considered is the creator character. At this point, our character has Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan God. What's going to be the next power-up? What's going to be the next power-up? And it doesn't have to be any, to be honest with you, because in Xenoverse 1, we know that we were able to go all the way to Super Saiyan 3. But in Xenoverse 2, it started out the same way. I mean, it wasn't anything different as far as Saiyans, because let's be honest, that's the most played with race. They did make some changes to the other races. Frieza race got golden. We got to transform into golden. The Namekian race got to go large, giant. I don't remember that being a thing in Xenoverse 1. I don't think the Namekians didn't have a transformation at all. But I don't even hardly see anybody play with the Namekian race and go giant. Now, people do. Don't get me wrong, but what are the most played with races are the Frieza race and the Saiyan race, because those are the most popular ones. A lot of people want an android race, but in a sense, I mean, well, one thing with an android race, and we'll do a video about races, is that you could have unlimited stamina because they don't run out of stamina. They may run out of ki, but they don't get tired because they're androids, you know? So that's something to really consider. And this is something that I feel like is going to be a make or break for me personally as far as the new Xenoverse game, because one thing about Xenoverse 2 was that, and this is crazy, like I'm finna say this, and I know a lot of y'all probably know what I'm about to say, and what I'm finna say is crazy, but the story felt so similar that it was a turnoff for me, you know? However, that is the craziest thing that I could say, because if they put out a new Dragon Ball game today that played through the entire story, I would play it and wouldn't have any problems with it. So I don't think the issue is so much that the story was too much like Xenoverse 1. I think rather my expectations were too high. I was expecting something more. And this whole time travel thing, just be honest with you, is not my cup of tea. So DM, why are you covering Xenoverse? Because it's a Dragon Ball game and I love Dragon Ball. And I do like the game. I do like the story. But to me, I like the original story better. Because one thing that I'm afraid of, and this is what I feel that Super Dragon Ball Heroes does, it's a fan service thing. And I'm going to be honest with you. Dragon Ball seems like it's approaching this cliff where everybody gets a power-up. And you continue to do power-ups. It seems like Dragon Ball is beginning to be carried by power-ups. And the problem with that is eventually you're going to run out of power-ups. We laugh about the whole Goku Super Saiyan 5 thing that used to be a thing. He had the long white hair. But guys, that's kind of a reality. It's kind of reality. He can go Super Saiyan 3. He can go Super Saiyan God. He can go Super Saiyan Blue. He can go Ultra Instinct. Like, you see what I'm saying? And even with the newest movie with Gohan and Piccolo, you know, getting these power-ups that puts them on par with Goku and them. And we know what that's leading to, guys. Because the World Tournament hasn't been a thing in Dragon Ball for a while. Or Dragon Ball Z really didn't have. They had, what, one? Dragon Ball was full of World Tournaments. Now we have the Universal Tournament that they're probably going to be doing. You know, we'll see that more often. You know what I'm saying? Seeing new fighters. But that's another thing. And that's where I want the story to go. Because it's, you know, I don't want it to go in the direction of Super Dragon Ball Heroes. I don't want it to go, I mean, it can continue in this direction, guys. But one thing that Dragon Ball Super did for us was it opened up the realm of multiple universes. Okay? It opened up the realm of multiple universes. So now we have 12 known universes. And in those universes, a plethora of unlimited characters, of unlimited skill sets and things of that nature. That's the direction I would like to see Xenoverse go in. And we could very well see that. Picture having character creation where you don't so much choose a race, but choose more of background skill sets in your DNA. Picture the tournament power being a part of the game. It's possible. You see what I'm saying? So that's the direction that I would like to see the story go. Now, they can still do the whole Toa and Mira, Dabura, Fu, all of the timeline stuff. But I feel like Xenoverse doesn't have to be that way. They can literally be exploring the other 12 universes. Because in a sense, those other 12 universes reflect on the Universe 7. Be that as it may, the potential is there. But if they say, I think it's, to me, I feel like it's kind of an easy way out if they just say, hey, let's just tell Dragon Ball Super and have, you know, Fu go in and, or, you know, Dabura and them go in and possess all of the villains and make them more powerful. You see what I'm saying? Because my biggest issue with that is in Dragon Ball Super, Goku and the others already struggle with these people. And you go and make them more powerful. See, the movie villains made sense. It made sense to make them more powerful. Because by the time that happened, Goku and Vegeta already achieved a very high level of power. So imagine having to fight them again, even more powered up than what they were last time they faced them. But in Dragon Ball Super, that isn't so much the case. I don't know. We'll definitely have to dive more into this whole story thing. I'm interested to hear you guys' ideas about the story and what you think it should be and what direction you think it should go. But overall, I feel like this could be a hit or a miss for the Xenoverse series. If you hit the story right, it'll carry you. And it'll carry you pretty freaking far. But if you miss, it's going to be a big miss. But with the Super Saiyan 4s and the timelines and all that, this is where I feel like it's going. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section down below, guys. I want to get into talking about the characters, the character customization and stuff like that. I really want to dive into that more because at the end of the day, the story is going to be the story, but what's carried Xenoverse thus far is the created characters and the multiplayer stuff. So I want to get into that as well. And then we'll definitely like dissect stuff further from there. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't, guys. Thank you for the support that you've already been giving the channel. We're going to continue dishing out this content. Y'all know how we do. Really got to get into this. So till next time, y'all, thanks for watching. Peace.